Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Motherfucking yes. Yes, need all of that. If we're going to talk about tonight's edition, January 2nd, 2017 edition of Monday Night Raw. Yes. I might need some more of that. Let me get some more of that big win. Yes. Bro. Oh, God. We got to review this shit. Here it's been. I looked at the last time I did a Raw review. October 31st, 2016. And I said I was done with fucking Raw until shit got better, right? Or until it was worth my time. Neither one of those came to fruition in that time. Neither one. I went to my last Raw to take my tags and to look at my description so I could just paste it all over here. And I looked at my tags and I said to myself legitimately, there's nothing I have to change. There is no... If you look at my tags, let me look at my tags. I don't think I changed anything except the date. Alright, I changed one that says Goldberg and Owens face-off. That's the only thing I changed. Look at the tags, bro. It's the same shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's crazy. That's crazy. But anyways, I don't know why I'm back. I did a stream last night. I promised the viewers that I would do a Raw review. So here I am to do a Raw review on the same shit that we've been watching for the past 4 months. I'm sorry that I had to sit through this. I'm sorry you had to sit through this monotony. But there is something more important to announce. There's an announcement. We have an announcement. What is it? Wednesday, January 4th. Wrestle Kingdom 11. I will be doing a live viewing, live reaction video. And I don't know where I'm going to do it. It's probably not going to be on YouTube because that probably just won't look right. It'll probably be on Twitch. But I'll put up a video up on YouTube, let you know the details on that. We will be doing a live viewing of that sucker. And that's thanks to, let's see. I got to make sure I give proper thanks on to who it was. He Hate Me, of course. I want to say Mr. Weston also contributed in that. There was somebody else who went buck wild on that and got it for us. Who was it? M. Rose, Mr. Rose, got us this Wrestle Kingdom 11 that we're going to be watching live. As far as Raw reviews go, I don't know, because I know next week's going to be the same shit. The week after is going to be the same shit. It's going to always be the same shit. It just is. So what we're going to do tonight, voice correct, what we're going to do tonight, if you guys have my Discord link or whatever, if I have any of my moderators that are in here from my Discord, just drop links in the chat for invites for people who aren't in there. We're doing live call-ins. We're doing the call-ins. You ain't got to pay me a damn thing. We're doing call-ins for this show because there's nothing really to talk about, honestly. I'm not going to totally poo-poo this entire show. I'm not going to be negative Nancy this entire show. The biggest complaint that we have for Raw is simple. It's very, very simple. And I've been saying it this entire time that we've been live. It's the same show that we've been watching for months. That's the only thing wrong. It's like they're not even really giving us variations, really, right? Let's look at the top of the card. Let's go to WWE.com or maybe SE Scoops or some shit. You know what? Let's go to SE Scoops because at least they give you like some sort of... No. Let's go to WWE.com. I don't have to sit through the completely unprepared here. Completely unprepared Jones. All right. God damn it. Don't want to drop my mouse. All right, WWE.com. Because here they'll just give us the list of matches without the... Oh, God. The first thing I see is Big Cass and Rusev. Good Lord. Oh, fuck. Okay. So let's start from the bottom, work our way up to the top. We start the night off with Mick Foley coming out, and he wants to talk about his beard and his haircut. And that Raw was going to be different 2017. Out comes Owens and Jericho. They don't like him because he doesn't like them. And he makes a match. Yeah, there we go. He makes matches because that's what Mick Foley does. Jericho versus the Roman and the Reigns. If Roman gets counted out or DQ'd, he loses his title to who? Jericho. You would think I was drunk. But he loses his title to him. Right? So, we have to find a way to get Kevin Owens out of this match. So Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. Whoever wins the match or whoever loses the match is banned from ringside. Does that mean that whoever wins the match can be at ringside? If so, if Kevin Owens loses, is Seth Rollins also banned from ringside? Kind of lost on that. Because Seth didn't come out for that match. He didn't come out at all. Even though Seth Rollins won by DQ. That's besides the point. The point here is Jericho, Owens, Seth Rollins, Roman and Reigns. These four guys, these four fucktards have all been going against each other in some variation of a way for the past... since after SummerSlam. Yeah. So whenever the fuck SummerSlam was, it might have been before that. No, Kevin Owens wasn't in the picture before that. He sort of kind of was. Because he was in like those Fatal 4-Ways and those matches that built up like, all right, we're going to have 4 guys in this match, 4 guys in that match. Kevin Owens was in a... This shit's been going on since like WrestleMania. I don't fucking know. Enough is... Like, we can't even say enough is enough. Why am I reviewing Raw? Let's do call-ins. I'm going to my Discord right now. I wanted to review this shit. I'm going to my Discord because, like, maybe, just maybe you guys got questions for me. Maybe y'all got concerns. Maybe y'all got shit y'all want to talk about when it comes to this. I'm going to my Discord. I can't. I tried. I can't do this. I can't. Like, they're giving me nothing to work with. And I'll do Smackdown shit. I did the Smackdown thing, and motherfuckers ain't watched that shit. So, fuck that. I'm looking at I'm going to grab somebody from the wrestling chat. I can't do this. I'm struggling here. I can't do a Raw review here. It's the same shit. I'll be saying the same thing I was saying last year, and I'm not doing that. It's the main reason why I said I'm done with Raw reviews. This is it. How do we do this call-in? You know what? You just made the list. All right, I'm calling you first. Slick Disaster. Let's just go. How do I go to your gimmick? Let me see. I just want to call you. I have to add you as a friend. All right. So anybody that's trying to do the call in on a Discord, add me as a friend on Discord. I'll call you immediately from there. One-on-one. We gonna talk. Oh hell, he hate me. It's in here too. For anybody that doesn't have that link, put the invite in the chat. As a matter of fact, I could do it myself. I'm gonna invite you myself. I can't. Like, we could talk about stuff like Strowman. I didn't talk about Strowman all last year, really, because he wasn't really a focus last year. He was the guy that did the job gimmick. Like, he beat up on jobbers. So I ain't really get a chance to talk to you guys much about the Strowman. But let me talk to you about Goldberg. So I'm waiting for Slick Disaster first. Add me as a friend. Wait. All right. Here you go. Add me as friend. There you go. So I'm just going to... there we go. All right. So let's get these call-ins going. Y'all can talk to me about fucking anything with this Raw. Let's help me out here. Help me out.
Hello?
Slick, put me over. Help me. I'm struggling. It's hurting.
So boys.
How you doing, man? I'm hurting right
good.
now.
I'm hurting too. This show. It's
Tell
just
me
so
about it, man. Is there
bad.
anything that you liked about this show beyond Strowman killing Sami Zayn?
Hmm.
I just stumped you, didn't
No.
I? Fuck.
Yeah.
How
It's,
about Titus? No, black
oh
people.
god.
No,
Oh
no, that
god.
didn't help
No.
either. Roos. No. Jiggle my balls. How about him being on steroids? Anything.
Oh.
Help. There's got to be something we could talk about here. This
There's just
show
there's
is.
just there's just nothing there.
There's
And just
nothing.
like
There's nothing there.
like I haven't even watched Raw. I have it on in the background like on my computer. I'm just sitting there. I just
The
I just
Rose
go back
Bowl
and
was an
forth.
infinitely better thing to watch today. Even though
Yeah.
no defenses showed up in that game. The game ended. What the fuck was that score? 52-49. What the hell are they doing? Just running the ball up and down the field. No defenses. They playing 7-on-7.
Okay, I just have Raw sitting on the background. I'm doing something else. It's like I go back. It's like nothing happened. Nothing has happened.
Okay.
It's like
So who's your favorite character on Raw? Let's start there. I'm gonna pull something positive out of you
who's my favorite character?
because I can't pull it out of myself. I'm struggling.
The
Help.
one that I like. I love Kevin Owens. I wish
Okay, you like
he was
Kevin
better.
Owens. All right, so
Yeah.
let's find something positive with Kevin Owens. Did you like his shirt?
Yeah, I like his shirt. His shirt's
You know what?
cool.
I got something positive for Kevin Owens. I'm cutting you off. I'm sorry, but I got something positive with Kevin Owens. He got right up in the face of Goldberg tonight.
That's true.
Oh, he
Yeah.
got right up in that man's face, and for like a half a second, and that's probably gonna be the last time that we see Kevin Owens get in the face of Goldberg because it's never gonna happen again. So everybody, get your rocks off to it now. But I gotta commend him for it because when he did it, something inside me, it's kind of buried, but it's like deep, deep inside me. I popped a little bit because
Yeah.
we've seen nothing from Owens other than just being a complete bitch, joke, and a stooge to
Look at the
Jericho.
beginning of the night. At the beginning of the night, he hit what's his name, Seth Rollins with the bell, and then got mad about it. It's like
Yeah, he hit
that's
Seth
so
Rollins with the
stupid.
bell, and then he called the ref a coward. I don't know how that works.
Exactly.
I don't know how we got there or why we're doing that, but okay, Kevin, you got it.
I mean, it's like they just put like no effort into Raw anymore. It's like there's literally whatever just happened.
I don't even want to say that. I think it's worse than that. I think that they say, all right, we got a Raw show. What did we do last week? No, they said, what are we going to do today? Oh, no, what did we do last week? We had these matches. All right, how about we just do them again? That's all they do. It is like,
Right.
but then they go on, and who was it? Was it Stephanie or Mick? One of them complained about how
They could put
how
on the
Smackdown beat them in the ratings.
Yeah. It's like, well, duh. Like, of course, people are not gonna watch Raw because
Like-
this show's shit.
Like, dude.
Exactly.
Okay, and when SmackDown was hurting, they were hurting because we kept getting Dean and AJ every fucking week. So we got a little bit away from Dean and AJ, and the ratings went back up a little bit. You just don't want to keep seeing the same damn thing.
Yeah, because it simply just gets old after a while. You just know what's going to happen.
There's no reason to watch because if you
Right,
watch the
exactly. There's no
previous
reason.
week, there's no reason to watch the next week. If you watch the week
Right.
before that, there's just no reason to fucking watch.
But speaking of SmackDown, though, like I've been really
All right, last
enjoying
one. I'm
SmackDown.
gonna get Zach in here. Go ahead. Oh, I gotta bury Zach's the thing to do.
But this, like SmackDown's been great. Like the past 2 weeks, I really enjoyed SmackDown.
Okay.
Just the storylines in there.
Yeah, I thought that last week's SmackDown was really good.
Yeah.
They changed up the
matches
formula a
with
bit.
AJ.
They introduced a new character to the main event, Baron Corbin.
Right, right. You see with SmackDown, they're trying things.
Mhm.
They're trying to get people.
Yeah, you got a
over.
bitch literally breaking her arm in half. But go ahead.
Right, right. But just like at least they're doing things. With Raw, it just seems like okay, let's just do what we did last week, just the same template over and over again.
Ridiculous. Like, I would watch Talking Smack overall.
Yeah. I
Well,
agree with that.
that's not saying much because like Talking Smack
Yeah.
is just infinitely better than Raw. All right. Thank you, Slick. Let me get Zach in here, and then I gotta bury this guy. So I'm gonna catch you later. All right.
All right.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Let's get Zach in here. I got it. All right. Let me see. Oh, that's for a video idea. Sorry. All right. So we're not getting Zach in. Let's see. Xavier. I don't even know who the fuck Xavier is. Did he add me as a friend, or do I need to do that for him? Oh, I gotta accept him. Don't bury me. Okay. All right. About to bury you. I don't even know Xavier to bury Xavier. Let's see how this goes. Xavier, talk to me.
Okay, I'm a longtime fan. I sent you homework on the Clean Finish podcast, and I had a question about Raw tonight.
Oh, God, I forgot all about homework. Homework used to be great. Go ahead.
Okay, so you know how the Sami Zayn gimmick and the Kevin Owens gimmick were a tag team, and then they broke up, and then they had the feud, as a normal trope in wrestling is.
Right.
Okay, out of their feud, Shawn and Triple H and Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, who do you think had the better overall feud? I'm not asking about Raw because Raw fucking blowed.
He just buries Raw with just no acknowledgement of that shit. All right, who had the better feud? The better feud clearly goes to Jericho and Steen. I mean, the wars that they had and the buildup that they had from that, which stemmed from them being a tag team, and not only did it go on for a long time, but the way that they paced it, they made some magic there in Ring of Honor. Another thing that they did was looking at Sami Zayn's build, you see or El Generico's build, you see he's a guy, if you beat on this guy, and he takes injury, it's legitimate that he's going to be out for a while. And that's what Steen did. He would put his ass out, which would prolong the feud. You look at Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole, I felt as though that they could have got more mileage out of those two. But it just seems as though once they split them away and they did their matches, that was it. That feud could have built on for a couple of years with Ring of Honor's pacing. Yeah. And Shawn Michaels and Triple H, and they were off and on again. They could miss me with that one. I didn't really care for it. I never believed in their feud because they're friends. And with Kevin and Sammy, you see they're friends, but when you're watching them on TV, it's kind of hard to believe it the way that one treats the other.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And one more question, and I'm gonna hang up and I'll just listen to you on the podcast.
All right, no doubt.
Okay, how do you feel about Roddy Strong in NXT, and do you think he'll be an NXT champion or just get the call up after Mania?
Honestly, you want my honest opinion? I hope they fucking cut his ass. That's what I think about Roddy Strong. I think he's when they talk about plain people with no personalities that are good workers, he's a guy that's a good worker, but that's it. There's nothing. And I've known about Roddy since the days of CM Punk being in ROH, and I never saw personality in this guy. There's just nothing there. Wasn't he with Truth Martini at one point?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at one point he was.
Back when Jay Lethal was feuding with Truth Martini, it was Truth Martini, Roddy Strong, and Michael Elgin together, right?
Yeah, don't quote me on
that. That was during the time. That was during the time of Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. It was during those days. But nonetheless, this guy never really had any personality, and that's what you're seeing as a problem now when it comes to some of those indie guys in the WWE. Sure, they can work their asses off, but if you're lacking in personality, look at the Cruiserweight division. If you're lacking in personality, the mainstream crowd isn't going to get behind you. Just look at the Cruiserweight division. Huh?
You think they could stick him with Heyman or somebody to be his mouthpiece?
Heyman isn't working day to day anymore. Heyman comes and goes whenever he pleases. It's just not in his contract to do that. Plus, I was listening to somebody, I don't remember who, and it rung true. And I said it a couple years ago, back when he was with Cesaro and Curtis Axel. Paul Heyman doesn't really do well with others, other than Brock. Let's look at his laundry list here. There was a time he was with Big Show. Could you remember that? I bet you can't. I bet you remember them being together, but I bet you don't remember nothing about him.
I don't remember jack shit about that.
Exactly. Then you got him and Cesaro and Curtis Axel. Did that go anywhere?
You know the answer. That didn't work. That went nowhere.
Now, you could say him and CM Punk. Some people enjoyed the thing with him and CM Punk. I thought that he was nothing more than a cheerleader for CM Punk, which CM Punk did all of the talking while Paul Heyman just sat on the outside and smiled.
I'd agree. he was just there. Heyman didn't do much to enhance Punk. Punk did most of the talking.
So that's my thought on Paul Heyman. Now, do they need managers in WWE to enhance some of these indie guys that are lacking in the personality department? Absolutely, but WWE for some reason doesn't want to put any focus on managers, which stifles the hell out of people that can't get over on their own.
Unless you're Alicia Fox. Okay,
Right.
thank you, Wyzatv.
The cruiserweight division. Oh boy, oh god, Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox. All right, Xavier, thank you for calling in. Let me get this next one. Who's this next one? All right, let's see. Who we got? TJ. Why is everybody telling me not to bury him? All right, he got a Briscoe here as his gimmick. Let's call him. Oh, we can't talk about like Raw's fucking sucks. I'm gonna get he hate me after this one. He hate me is next on the line. Did he answer? There you go. I see you green. Talk to me.
So first question.
TJ, I need you a little bit louder. You sound really low.
All right. First question. How you feel about Samoa Joe getting his Rikishi gimmick?
Wait. You saying Samoa Joe gonna be stink facing people?
I think he's related to The Rock, so let's get that out of the way.
Hold on, wait. It's really hard to hear you, TJ.
My bad.
You said that he's not related to The Rock. Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah.
You know that he is though, right? Yeah. It's his brother. Yeah, it's the Samoa Joe and The Rock are brothers. Yeah, WWE's gonna tell you that.
Yeah. You know he's gonna come in, run over somebody, and say he did it for Roman Reigns. So
He's gonna be stink facing people and slapping on his ass. He's gonna pull up his shorts and smack his ass cheeks. That's gonna be Samoa Joe's gimmick, and he's gonna wear that stupid ass mohawk that he wore in NXT. Not NXT. I'm sorry, TNA. What's your next question?
Oh yeah, fuck Raw. But who you think is the next indie star to come to WWE?
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole?
Well, because I don't know who's on a verge. I know a bunch of guys just signed with Ring of Honor. I know Chris Heroes, there's rumors on him. Adam Cole makes the most sense, honestly. And I really believe that NXT needs Adam Cole right now. They need a lot of star power because they're not building any stars right now. They're not elevating anyone. So I would say Adam Cole is needed.
Title?
Say it again?
Do you think they need a mid-card title?
I think that they greatly need a mid-card title because they just keep putting the same people in the main event picture, which is like two or three people. And if they got a feud going on, that feud lasts forever. And it's like the rest of the guys don't have anything to do. So I think that they could benefit from a mid-card title. I would put a TV title on those guys, just so that they can have some type of gimmick with it. That person always defends it on, I don't want to say every show, but like every other show. Put a TV time limit on it just to protect the heels and whatnot. Like if you want to have the faces, they got to, the TV time limit is attached to them as well. And, say you got something where the baby face is holding on to that title. He has a match. It goes the distance and they got to call for the bell. Babyface could be like, nah, let's give him an extra 5 minutes. That's something that WCW used to do a whole lot. I believe NWA used to do it as well. And it worked for the faces and it protected the hell out of the heels. So they could use something like that on NXT. Absolutely. Did we have another one?
Yeah, last question.
Go for it.
Seeing how like Zayn and everybody's gimmick getting fucked up on the main roster, how you feel about Nakamura?
See, there's a difference here. Nakamura has a natural charisma. It's just natural. And he has one of those charismas where he's not trying. It's just mannerisms and just his natural personality. Whereas Zayn, if you look back to NXT, his only gimmick was that he was a guy that couldn't win a big match. And then he won a big match. And then he lost the next big match. You know, that was his whole gimmick. If you looked at what his persona was, there wasn't one there. He was a guy that came out with like a Kango hat. And he danced around a little bit. Like, that was it. Did he put on good matches? Absolutely. He put on great matches. But there was never any personality there. I say once he took off that mask of El Generico, he took off his personality too. Because at least when he had that mask, he spoke a different language. He behaved a different way. There was just a lot more to him. Especially, like, there was even a time in ROH where he turned heel with that mask and he wore like a different attire. He would wear the black and the white instead of the black and the red. You know, just small stuff. But when he got to NXT, there was just nothing there. It was just Sami Zayn, and he waved his hat around. Yeah. That was it. So, will they fuck up Nakamura? He's a guy that I want on Raw, but I want him on SmackDown more because I'm afraid of him in Raw.
If you go to Raw, you're gonna be a sushi chef. So
I don't even think that. I think they'll keep him as he is, but then they'll just subject him to the same repetitive, boring matches that happen time and time and time and time and time. And the reason why we're not talking about this fucking Raw time again. Yeah, that's what'll happen. And then eventually you will start to dislike Nakamura because you will see him in the same exact matches every week for the next 4 months. So yeah, that's Raw in a nutshell. That's what they do to you.
all right, well that's all for me. Have a great night and fuck Titus O'Neil.
What did Titus do to you? Thank you, TJ. All right, who is this right here? Some gimmick J. I'm gonna get you next. I'm gonna get the He Hate Me on now. He has some questions about Gilbert. We ain't get a chance to talk about Gilbert. Let's talk about Gilbert. Oh hell, we got 235 folks in here watching. Thank you all for being here as we not talk about this fucking Raw. He Hate Me. Talk to me.
You ready? First thing, I'm kind of upset nobody hit you with a first time, long time. I know there were some people that this was their first time.
I try to put the Taz show over, but people still don't watch it. Taz is infinitely funnier than me. If I get me like a sound effects store downstairs and like my own personal like production man, this show would be fucking lit.
I thought that was me.
Production man?
Yeah.
I can use a production man.
I'll learn how to produce some shit. I don't know.
You're too busy at the bar.
That's true.
And I'm too busy no-selling this fucking company.
That's
all
true.
right. So,
and this was the first time I had a night off tag Raw or SmackDown.
And look at that. First time that I've reviewed a Raw since October.
All right. So you ready to talk about Goldberg? The conversation we tried to have before?
Help me review this Raw, please, because I'm doing a shitty job at reviewing Raw, obviously.
All right, so
hold up, real quick. By the way, anybody that want to do call-ins, I'm gonna put my invite to my Discord chat in the comment section. Is going in there right now. Make sure that you join the Discord. Send me a message on there, and I'll add you as a friend, and I can get you guys on the call-in after this one. I got Summer J coming up after this one. He hate me right now. Talk to me. Put me over.
All right. So Goldberg, why he needed to win? Because one, it knocked Brock down a peg, and two, it also gave you two avenues to go where, yeah, it's main huge names that you could have put somebody over. You always said who gets the rub from it. Well, when you split,
I did
the push Brock Lesnar was getting and how big of a monster he was built up to be. You were able to bring him down a little bit, so
I have an answer.
Somebody else would be able to get over, or him losing to somebody else would be able to be believable. And you can do the same thing with Goldberg. And you have two people on Raw you can do that with, and now you got two people on SmackDown you can do that with as well.
I have an answer. As to why it's okay for a Goldberg to beat a Brock Lesnar. I have an answer. I thought about this for a while, and it finally makes sense to me. It doesn't make sense in the sense that WWE doing this or was doing this for it to make sense, but here's how they could salvage this entire thing. Excuse me, I had to burp because the Big Win bottle is pretty much almost finished. All right. Here's how they could salvage this whole thing. Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar can be billed as a fluke. Now, granted, it wasn't a fluke. This fucker came out there and penetrated Brock. All the way, though. Like, he all the way penetrated Brock. So they can't really say it was a fluke unless there's an unless. Now, before I get to that unless, let's get back to the rub, right? The rub is still there. There can still be a rub that Brock can give off. I don't know if it's like the Amanda Nunes and Ronda Rousey rub, but there's a rub that can be given off. And it has to come back to Brock. And the way that they do it is this. Brock has to come out and he got to catch Goldberg in the elevator. Now, that right there is for first time, long times. They know exactly what I mean by Brock in the elevator. Let's go back a few Raws. I'm going to see if you remember this. Not a few Raws, but a few years ago, where Brock was feuding with Triple H, right? And he went looking for Triple H at Titan Tower. Do you remember this?
No, I don't.
Okay. So he's feuding with Triple H, and he's going everywhere looking for Triple H. He goes to Triple H's office, right, to try to find this guy, because Brock wanted to fuck. So him and Paul Heyman get on the elevator. This was the funniest shit ever. There was memes of this. He gets on the elevator, and it's just this one lone, sad white guy on the elevator just by himself. And Brock gets on the elevator with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman sees this young man, and he starts looking in the air. Brock Lesnar they close the elevator door, and Brock Lesnar stands legitimately 3 inches behind this man and is just staring into his ear the entire time. His jawbones, Brock Lesnar's jawbones, starts flexing. And he's just breathing in this guy's ear like he is ready to, I be saying, like, it's crazy because I be saying Brock gonna fuck. But, like, this is where it started. Brock about to fuck, this is where Smalls came up with this. He was gonna fuck that guy in that elevator. That guy looked like he shit himself. He legitimately looked like he shit himself. And then their floor came up and they just get off the elevator like nothing happened. And he proceeded to destroy Triple H's office. So,
oh, okay, I remember him destroying Triple H's office.
Yeah, that's where this whole Brock's gonna fuck thing started. So, so what you do here is Brock got to catch Goldberg in the elevator, and by that I mean Brock got to fuck this guy up bad. He's got to get his comeuppance on Goldberg, and I mean beat Brock. He's got to beat Goldberg to the point where it's like a stoppage. Nah, because we already did the stoppage with Randy Orton. I mean, like, he's got to beat Goldberg to the point where, like, he has him beaten, and it's like he just keeps fucking this guy up. Because you want to make it, even though Goldberg dominated Brock in a minute 26 seconds, that's the narrative. He did it in a minute 26 seconds, which, if Brock comes back and fucks this guy for a long ass time, that's what makes it look like a fluke. The fact that Goldberg beat him so quickly and decisively made it look dominant. But if Brock catches him and just beats on him for an entire match, it makes that whole minute and 26 seconds look like a complete fluke. And that's how you could save that whole build that Brock has gotten throughout all of that time. Brock's got to fuck this guy up bad.
All right.
And even in this Rumble, Brock's got to fuck in this Rumble. Everybody gets it. Titus going to get it first because he's black and he's tall and he's muscular. He's going to get fucked.
Well, damn.
Yeah. I don't know why I singled out Titus. I'm sorry.
That man did
I
something.
don't know why I did that.
Like, I guess you just forgot Black Lives Matter. What the fuck?
It's not February yet.
Oh, okay.
Fair game.
All right. So, back to now. I'll say they did something good tonight.
Was it that Kevin Owens getting in that man's face?
Yes.
Even though it'll never happen again?
Oh, it'll never happen again. And Roman Reigns getting in that man's face and the double spear. Because now they're starting to draw parallels between Roman Reigns and
Yep, you noticed it.
Goldberg.
You noticed it.
They're going to put
So
that
you know where
over.
they're going, right?
Oh, yeah. They're going after each other. I mean, they're going to... Eventually, it's going to be Kevin Owens versus Brock, and then Roman Reigns versus Goldberg, and the young guys are going to win, and that's going to lead to the collision course again that we're getting at the Royal Rumble that we're all going to hate.
Okay.
Because we'll see it 20 million times.
So here's the thing. Goldberg got in the ring tonight, and he said something, and it triggered something in me, right? He gets it, and he says, come WrestleMania, he's going to be facing Kevin Owens or Roman Reigns. And that just made me think, oh my God, come WrestleMania, one of these two guys might be champion. Like, it just takes away everything else. Like, I didn't even all right, granted, in the back of your mind, one of these two guys are going to WrestleMania. But have you pictured it yet? Have you pictured Roman Reigns going into WrestleMania as champion? Have you, really just sat and pictured it?
I mean, they showed us it last year.
No, but I'm saying, this year, it just dawned on me, it's a reality that one of these two guys who have been complete shit this year is probably going to go into WrestleMania as the champion.
Oh, yeah. That title means dick. They've done nothing to make that title important.
That's crazy.
Let that title mean anything.
They're going into this WrestleMania with no hype and no build on a brand new title. And the only thing that was actually interesting about what Goldberg said in that sentence is that Goldberg, is going to be going up against them there. And when they said that, I thought about it well, there's your draw. And it ain't those two, but one of those two. And I just felt like, damn, two mid-cards. There's a possibility of one of these two mid-card ass dudes possibly main event in WrestleMania.
Is there anybody on Raw that as of right now is a top of the line guy?
I'm sorry, say what?
Raw. I said, is there anybody on Raw?
Oh no, I heard you.
Because Raw ain't gonna let nobody be a top of the line guy.
Say it again.
Raw's not gonna let anybody be the face of shit on Raw.
Here's what's crazy. And this has been going on forever. Raw's champion has always been the person to main event WrestleMania, with the exception of CM Punk. But Raw's champion has always been the champion to main event, right?
Why you got to bring up CM Punk?
Well, because they couldn't even let him main event B-show pay-per-views. But that's not the point. The point is, this is going to be the year where the SmackDown champion is going to main event WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
And what I want to see, I've been thinking about it because I really, I'm okay with Cena versus Undertaker, but I can't see it being them two for the title. I just don't see it. For some reason, I see AJ in this picture. This probably won't happen, but I've been starting to daydream about a triple threat with those guys. AJ has to, for what AJ has did for WWE this year, he deserves to be in the main event of WrestleMania. Absolutely deserves to be on the billing.
They have nothing besides AJ Styles in WWE for the entire year. That's all they've had, and that's all they have.
I feel as though this company has been on AJ's back since he's gotten there. From the time he had to sit there and put over Jericho's feud, which was pretty much him paying his dues, I believe. But from that time, and then he had to do business with Roman. From that moment that they put him and Roman together, this company has been on AJ's back. And I think that he should be in the WrestleMania main event.
Yeah.
And if he pulls that off, no one saw this coming a year ago. No one saw that coming a year ago.
I mean, he's got to be the top superstar for everybody, right? Not just top wrestler in the world.
I seen one person in my comments that said Miz, and they had to be joking. But unanimously across the board, I didn't see one person that made a video or a blog or anything that didn't have AJ as number one in WWE. I didn't see a single person.
I'm talking PW Insider and everything.
He should be number one there too. I was thinking Kenny Omega throughout the year, but Kenny Omega's time is going to be when he captures the title at Wrestle Kingdom. That'll be when it all culminates. That's but that's not yet. That's not now. So, it's got to be AJ. Who else could it be?
I don't know. If you're including indies, I don't even think
No, none
If
of those
it's
guys
just
either
Indies-
over AJ. None of them.
If it's just Indies, I don't think it's Kenny Omega. I think it's more Matt Hardy because Matt Hardy is saving TNA. But
Superstar of the year.
it's no. I mean, it's AJ Styles. There's no doubt.
Yeah,
There
there's
can't
no
be
doubt
anybody
about
but
it. None whatsoever. No doubt about it.
him.
All right,
Here's
help
one
me,
thing
help.
around him.
Help me with this Raw. Help me talk. What else happened on Raw tonight? I watched it. I watched the entire thing. I just can't pull myself to talk about it.
Vince made another
Bayley and
racist
fucking
thing
Nia
happen.
Jax are we serious with that? A number one contenders match to determine, or a match to determine who's gonna be the number one contender for the Divas title. Let me not say that. I gotta put respect on Charlotte for the women's title. This isn't SmackDown, but for the
it's
women's
still not
title,
it's still not about the title though. It's
And-
all about Sasha because she came out.
the match goes all of 3 fucking minutes.
And Sasha was the story of the match, not anything
Well,
else.
that's to get back on track with her feud and her and Nia. That's gonna happen. Which I pray that Nia absolutely annihilates her. But the more I see Nia, the more I think,
Something's changed with that girl since she came up from NXT.
yeah.
Mobile. She's
Because when
not
she was
mobile.
in NXT, she was getting better and better and better. And she was getting more and more credible. And since she got to the main roster, they didn't do anything with her. They didn't put her in anything meaningful. And then they pretty much left her off of TV for like weeks at a time. And now she's getting into these matches and she looks green as fucking some.
She
she
looks like
pretty
she can't
green.
move around the ring.
Yeah, she looks bad. And I'm like, how she regress? It
I
just
think Charlotte's
is
starting to
bad.
regress too.
Whoa,
Charlotte's
whoa.
a lot more dangerous. Like her mic work is amazing. Her in the ring, she's dangerous, and I cringe at so many things she does where she shows that she has no respect for her opponents. Like,
But that's with Sasha. Sasha likes it like that. Sasha's like, she's like, what do you call those people that like to be beat on and shit like that? She's sadistic. Sasha is sadistic. If you ever heard any of Sasha's interviews, she likes to have those Japan style matches where like the people are like brutally beating on each other. She said that she likes those type of matches.
I get
So,
the strong
I think it's a
style,
Sasha
but
thing.
She just does shit that doesn't look good and is unsafe. Like when she dropped Sasha, or when Sasha was outside the ring and she just kicked.
Oh,
Sasha couldn't
there
see
you
her.
go. Thought I lost you for a second. You said she just kicked. Are you talking about the
It was like a month ago.
Was
I
it
wanna
when
say-
Sasha had that fucking Kindle stick?
Maybe.
I don't know. The way those two was working, and I think that they were doing it to, I mean, there are times that she does look a little bit unsafe, but I gotta put a lot of that blame on Sasha too. Sasha's just so flimsy and just
Sasha looks like she wrestles scared on the main roster
she's weird
in a lot of ways.
She's weird.
Because,
Her
like-
it's her working as a babyface, and it's not her. It just doesn't fucking work. And it's something that should have been seen fast and fixed fast. She should be taking on Bayley, not Nia Jax. Or not her taking on Nia Jax, because this pretty much means she's going to be going further and further back. If she's taking on Nia, now we're getting further and further away from your heel turn. You're not a good babyface, Sasha. Charlotte, on the other hand,
she's gonna turn
Sasha's
on
good.
she's gonna turn on Bayley.
She's gonna turn on Bayley.
Once Bayley wins that title at WrestleMania, and I said WrestleMania, breaking Charlotte's pay-per-view streak, Sasha's coming out, raising her hand, and then just going after her.
But see, then I have a problem with that too, because it's like, all right, yay, same women in the title picture. Over and over.
Get used
and,
to it.
Oh, it's
They're
dude.
all gonna
Where
be
the fuck
17
is
times.
Emma? They're not even showing Emma fucking promos
Oh,
anymore.
they had a vignette tonight.
Oh, they did. That must have been when I left, because I left to go get some food. Because
And you know what? They had her talking, and she said, "I know you've been waiting forever, but
did they
just
show
wait
her?
a little bit longer." Nah, she didn't come out.
Oh.
It was a vignette, and they just had her voice recorded to some pictures.
But we know it's not going to be
Goldberg's gonna
nothing
beat her.
weird looking or anything like that, because we saw her on like house shows doing the referee gimmick, and she's normal looking. Like, what's the hold up here? What's the deal?
Oh, it's a rip.
Ah, stupid. They're gonna have her come back. Never mind. If she comes back with like a slop bucket or some shit, that'd be cool. I would fuck with her.
A slot bucket. Oh.
Yeah, that's back with the Henry Godwin days.
Oh, I knew where you were going with it.
Hey, you want to talk about a rib? There's a rib right there. Hey, come back and bring this slop bucket with you. Mess up your hair a little bit. Dirty it up. As a matter of fact, take JB Noble out there with you. Speaking of JB Noble, where's that guy?
Working backstage. Oh, and the thing with Heyman. Heyman's on the
Yeah, they were doing this thing
writing
tonight.
for Raw.
Oh, Heyman's writing for whoa. You said that there's word that Heyman's doing some writing for Raw.
I'm pretty sure it's Raw. He when he re-signed his last contract, which was right after Brock's Goldberg match. He decided he was given partial creative.
There's one more thing I want to say about Brock before I bring on the next person. I'm gonna let you go. Here's something I want everybody to think about. This is something that everybody needs to think about because I think it went over everybody's head. And I meant to say this so long ago. It was Brock's decision. Now, we all know it was Brock's decision for Goldberg to go over. We know this, right? Because Brock wanted to do business. Brock said, there's good money in Goldberg. I want to do business with this guy. Goldberg goes over, right?
Yep.
Okay. Doesn't that tell you what Brock thinks about the talent in the WWE today?
Oh, that there's none.
He didn't even think that anybody else. Think about Dean. Bro, if that's what Brock did for Goldberg, think about Dean. All the shit that Dean did to hype up that match. All the shit that they did to put Dean over to get ready for that match. Dean was hot as fucking fire going into that match with Brock. And Brock just said, I'm going to have another match with him. Brock sees Goldberg and says, there's money to be made here. Brock doesn't even believe there's... Brock, there was nothing there. Brock doesn't even believe that there's money to be made with anybody on the roster. That is crazy. Not only is it crazy to think that or to believe that or for that to be brought into fruition, it's crazy that Brock can call that shot. That's crazy.
Brock can do what he wants. He can take steroids. He can fuck somebody's wife long dick style. He can do whatever he wants.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's crazy. Brock just looked and said, can't make no money with these guys. Goldberg, I can make money with him. I'll do the job. Simple as that. Simple as that. I heard nobody bring that up ever. And I'm like, damn, nobody saw this? Brock just shat on the whole company. And nobody saw it. Like, nobody in WWE saw it. Nobody in WWE made a fuss about it. All we know is it was Brock's call for Goldberg to go over the way he did so that they can make money down the road. And nobody made a fuss.
I mean, I guess you could say Dean kind of alluded to something while he was on the Stone Cold podcast.
Yeah, but that was way before Goldberg.
You're right, but it was when he was with... It was after he worked with Brock.
Well, yeah. Dean brought attention to it, but it makes more sense now that we know that Brock wanted to do that job for Goldberg because he saw money in him. So it was basically, he thought that Dean was a waste of time. And that's why he gave Dean the effort that he gave him. Simple as that. Simple as that. So Dean opened the gates. Dean opened the floodgates, but to be frank, Dean hasn't really been shit since that.
No, he hasn't.
But yeah, that's crazy. Brock just looked at the roster and said, ain't no money in nobody here, bro. I'm out. Tell me when Goldberg coming. I'll see him in the streets. All right, but let me get the next person in here. I got to get Summer J in here. Everybody's dropping a Discord link. All right, he ate me. I will catch you on the next one. Oh, it's a lot of people here. All right, man. I'll catch you on the next one.
All right. Have a good one, sir.
Let me get... I said we was going to do Summer J. Let me see if I can get him. Oh, hell. He ain't... Damn it. I got to send him a friend request. All right. Let me get to the next one. Let me go to Soul Brother. know what? Yeah, this is how we gonna do these damn Raw reviews. Shit. All right, gonna go to the next one. Let's do. Hey, we repackaged this guy, Zach Mackenstacks. I'm calling you now, Big Brody. Damn, so these things are popping up. Jesus. Okay. All right, that one's taking too long. Soul Brother, let's try you again. Soul Brother, talk to me.
All right. Cool. Okay, I have like 3 questions.
3 of them hoes. Are you gonna help me try to talk about this Raw review?
I haven't watched Raw since like I think I can't help you with that at all.
Nobody is helping me with it. I think that we all watched it but didn't watch it at the same time.
Basically, I did it on Tuesday.
How about fucking Cesaro losing to Carl Anderson? Carl Anderson getting a fucking win for like his first time in WWE.
Well, that's gonna be his last one.
Yeah, it's his last one. It was a fluke. All right, what were those questions?
Okay, I forgot what I was watching, but the guy said, and I want to know your thoughts on this. The guy said the reason why Raw and SmackDown, well, not SmackDown.
Do you know who the guy is? Who's the guy? Roman Reigns we're talking about here? Or no, Dean. Dean said he's the guy. Roman said he's the man. But now Kevin Owens says that he's the man. So they kind of confuse me. There's too many mans and guys and stuff.
Yeah, because they have no personalities. They're just men and guys.
Yeah, they're just the. As long as they begin it with the, I'm fine.
Basically.
All right, go ahead.
But no, what happened? He said.
Do we figure out who the guy is?
Nah, I just know he was on YouTube. I can't remember who said it.
All right, some guy. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
They ain't put a like on my video, so no shout out for him. Go.
Exactly. But he said the reason why Raw is so bad and it seems like Vince just don't give a fuck is because basically you're watching like $10 pay-per-views instead of like a $60 pay-per-view before the WWE Network.
So I can equate that. Let me equate that to something. I can equate that to me saying I'm not doing these Raw reviews because they're not worth my time. Like, they're not bringing in any money. So why should I review this shit? So you're saying that's how Vince McMahon feels?
I feel yeah. I wondered, like, is that how you feel?
Is that how I feel? No. Because, okay, if you say that about the actual special events or pay-per-views, if you say it about that, that's when it makes sense. But Raw is something completely different. Raw is supposed to be the bill for each of those shows, and Raw, they get separate pay for that, right? There's sponsors and everything that goes into that, and they have to please a network. That network being USA, and they're supposed to continuously come up with fresh things to keep the audience invested and just to keep the rating up. Now, I wouldn't say that Vince is doing it because he just doesn't give a fuck, because Vince is also in charge of SmackDown, and SmackDown just seems to be a completely different operation in a sense. Now, granted, they still have some of the same matches, just not at the same stature as Raw, but
I blame their roster for that.
Yeah, they don't really have much to work with. So, but they try, and they try to be different, and Vince is at the helm of that too. So I can't agree with that person that says that because these special events are $9.99 that Vince isn't really putting his all into Raw, because you got SmackDown in this the same sort of thing, and it's different. I think it's more so the creative teams are different for the two brands.
Mm-hmm.
I think honestly, it's Stephanie. I just think it's Stephanie. I honestly think it's Stephanie. Stephanie and Kevin Dunn. But then again, Kevin Dunn, he's the head producer for SmackDown as well. I think it's Stephanie. Honestly, I really do. Next one.
I really don't know what she's doing. But my
This
next
sucks.
question. What was it? Survivor Series. Brock and Goldberg, right?
Go.
Okay. My question is, I seen Brock and Goldberg stare each other down, correct? Like I saw them, and they looked like two grown ass men about to like whoop some ass. Why is it that almost anybody else on the roster that I see face to face just looks like two kids?
Well, I gotta admit, like when Owens got into Goldberg's face, he did look like the little guy. You know,
Right.
just he looked like a guy that was playing wrestler, standing next to Goldberg, getting in Goldberg's face. But here's something that I've said, and it might have been on Twitter. I don't think I said this in a video, but I did get a lot of response to it. One of the reasons why you want Roman Reigns to be at the top of your company is because he looks like a guy that can just fuck you up. When he stood face to face with Goldberg, first you have, and I think they did this on purpose. You have Kevin Owens getting the face of Goldberg, and they show you just how they look, how they match up, just real quick. You get a glimpse of how they look, and obviously Goldberg looked like more of the man there. But then Roman Reigns gets in his face, and it's like, oh, hold up now. Now I'm I real quick, I got interested.
Exactly.
Owens was in his face, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Roman got in his face. I said, oh, hold up now. It's just a perception. It's a perception thing.
Yeah.
This is something I was saying a long time ago. That is why they're pushing this guy as a face, because he looks the part. Perception is reality in WWE. It makes sense.
It does.
Now, who could put on a better match? Kevin Owens. But that's not who's going to be put on that poster to sell the event. You're not going to put Kevin Owens and Goldberg. Like, people are going to look at that and they say, all right, here's Goldberg. Who's this fucking kid that he's going to beat up on? Again, it's not me. It's just perception. There's nothing that can be done about that.
And that's the problem. I feel like too many of them just look like kids. Like a grown man. They just look like kids to me. It's like I'm watching a bunch of like people my age trying to wrestle.
Imagine
like,
Sami Zayn getting in Goldberg's face.
Oh, I can't whoop Sami Zayn. That's myself. I just like I want to see people that I feel like I can't beat up. I feel like I can whoop all their asses. It's ridiculous.
I mean, that's what happens when you in a gym. Soul Brother be in the gym. Shit, I'm about to go to his gym, man. Me, I'm gonna find Charlotte there. Find Brock in the fucking elevator. I'm gonna get in Brock's ear.
Man.
I'm gonna fucking get all up in Brock's ear. Brock can't do nothing to me, man.
I don't like. Hey.
Take the juice away from him. I'll fuck that guy up.
I have one more question.
Go.
And it actually goes with the Roman Reigns thing.
Okay.
Why? And I feel like there's a lot of favoritism when it comes to indie guys. And I feel like people will see Roman, right, and he will like have a match, it'll be good, but he may mess up on one sale, like he'll sell something real stupid one time, and they'll just shut the whole match down. That shit was terrible.
I'll give you an exact example of what you mean. Look no further back than Survivor Series. Now, it's the typical match where, let's say you have a triple threat, and there's always somebody on the outside chilling, right? You got Survivor Series, a bunch of guys taking bumps, which means a bunch of guys are going to be on the outside selling and doing nothing, right? But what did you hear? Roman sleeping.
Exactly.
Roman sleep. You mean to tell me that Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, y'all don't see them sleeping on the other side of the ring? Y'all don't see that?
Man,
half the
most
fucking
annoying.
roster's over there fucking sleeping. Roman's the only one sleeping? Are you kidding me?
And it's like Roman, they'll say, and look, I'm not a big Roman fan, but I always, if I feel like someone's getting treated unfairly, I start to side with them a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's
I like a good
crazy
debate.
because Kevin Owens is having the worst championship run I've seen in a long time.
All right, good thing you
But
said
ain't
in a long time.
But ain't nobody saying anything. Like, they saying things, but they wouldn't say it. They ain't saying it like that. Like Roman, if he had a title reign like that, they'll go completely out of control. But because he's Kevin Owens, we just gonna find something to like about his title run. I feel like it's just too much favoritism and bias in the crowd these days. Too much bias.
There's still people that are on a Sami Zayn boat.
And that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. His music hit.
I was looking at two YouTubers go back and forth while Raw was going on, talking about Sami Zayn and El Generico, and if you've seen him on his ROH days, and I'm like,
he ain't that no more.
Like, dude, it's a whole different person.
Exactly. They gotta let it go.
I thought
like,
Kevin Owens told you that
Kevin's
El
team.
Generico died. Like, well, did we not get that memo? He's dead. He's not coming back to life. He's done. This is not El Generico. This is Sami Zayn. He dresses as a taxi driver, this guy. Like, no.
Oh my god. Yeah, he needs to they need to just side him with nobody and just release him or something because he ain't doing shit.
So you're talking about the crowds siding with the indie guys, right? That's what you or who are you talking about here?
I'm talking about how Roman can do the smallest thing and it's just the worst thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And an indie guy can completely have a terrible just do the most have a terrible match, but they'll just find the smallest thing to like about it and then force themselves to just accept that it was a great match all of a sudden.
Give me an example.
Let me think of an example.
Just so I can piggyback off of it.
Okay. So like Roman Reigns, right? Let's say he fight Rusev.
Okay.
And Roman like
but Rusev's not an indie guy.
No, I know. Like hear me out. I know.
Okay, you're gonna give me two different matches.
Yeah, two different
matches.
Gotcha. So Roman Reigns fight Rusev, and let's say Roman Reigns, he plays the Super Roman. Like he does that. You know, he plays that, and the match would have been great, but that's the one thing that wasn't good about it. And people would completely just shit on him for that one part. They shit on him and forget anything he did.
Okay.
Now we'll go over and have Kevin Owens go against Sami Zayn. Fuck it. Kevin Owens go against Sami Zayn. And they can completely just botch everything, but they'll find a way to just accept that match for what it was, but then hate on everything Roman did.
Well, here I will give him if that's your point, or if I think that's a bad example because if you're gonna put Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens together, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get a good match out of those two because of the matchup and because of how well they know one another.
I couldn't really think of a good example.
I'll give you one. Let's say a Wolf Ziggler and a fucking let's say Ziggler and fucking Rich Swann. They'll find something good with that. Oh, well, good spots. Yeah, but nobody gave a fuck about the match is the problem. Right. I would say people are hard on Roman at this point because they've grown accustomed to being hard on Roman. For a while, it was the end thing to do, and then you notice the person's flaws, and then you just never get over those flaws. Whereas an indie guy can have those flaws, but if you already have it built in that you like this guy, you're not building that disdain for that person the same way you've built that disdain for Roman over the time. You'll excuse that indie guy because you like him from the start and you like him all the way throughout and he does things to impress you. Whereas you look at Roman, he's a guy that you liked, but then when he got split to the side and you seen the push that he was getting, you're like, oh, he's not ready. I'm not gonna like this. I'm pushing against that. And that your push against a Roman causes you to just not like him and anything that you see him do. And suffering succotash doesn't fucking help Roman. Right. But you see that and they give you stuff for you to hate Roman, and you just start to but you're just not paying attention to what it is that he is doing well or what it is that he is doing on par with other guys. You just turn blind eye to that because you already hate this guy so much, and don't fucking call me. I will call you. Yeah, but you already built it in that you don't like this guy, and a lot of times nothing's gonna make you get over it until the crowds just stop booing. And one thing I noticed is that the receptions aren't as bad as some venues are not as bad as they are in most. Tonight the crowd was pretty lukewarm for Roman, and when he won tonight, Didn't hear any boos. So I don't know. It's really up and down with Roman. I do believe that they'll come around. Roman's just gotta have a different character. That's another problem with him. Crowds went against John Cena for so long and he wouldn't do anything to change, and they wouldn't change anything about him. And here they are, same thing with Roman, and they're still not gonna do anything to change about Roman. Where the answer is obvious. The guy either needs to be a heel or book the guy like Strowman. It's so fucking simple.
I was saying that on Twitter. I was like, if Roman was built the way Braun Strowman was built up,
simple.
He wouldn't have all this heat.
Simple. If people think he green, which I don't think that they think that anymore, but if they think he green, all right, let him wrestle the style where he just beats the shit out of people in slow motion, but he beats the fuck out of them. There you go, done. You want him to be a monster? Build him as a monster. They're building Roman Reigns as a guy, as a superhero, but a completely vulnerable one. Nobody believes in a vulnerable superhero. Your superhero needs to be just that. Super, meaning he fucks everybody up.
Right.
I don't want to sit here and watch him look like he can possibly lose to a fucking Chris Jericho. Put Brock in the ring with fucking Chris Jericho. And let me see Brock sell to fucking Chris Jericho. I'm booing the fuck out of that shit. Get the fuck out of here. True. Nobody believes it. And that's what you got to do with a Roman.
That's true. Give him more offense. Have him just whoop ass.
All right, so, brother, I'm going to get the next one in. Thanks for calling in. I don't even know who it was that was calling. I'm going to pick somebody at random here.
All right, man.
I'll get at you later. Let me take a quick, I can't even talk here. Let me take a quick break to thank you guys for joining me tonight. Here I am doing a Raw review, and it's not a Raw review. But we are getting some Raw review stuff in there. Somebody had asked a question, and it's a bit far up, and I don't feel like scrolling looking for it. I see Osiris with the donation link. Thank you. Nobody's putting me over, but that's fine. I'll get some more call-ins here. Keep things interesting. Keep things fresh. I would click on Glenn, but Glenn talks too much. I'll get to him later. Summer J, I was supposed to get you. Your ass was getting chicken or some shit. Let's try to get you in now. Actually, I'm saying his name wrong as hell.
Hello?
Before I destroy your name, how about you say it for me?
Someone Jody?
All right, now, all right, yeah, all right. So Jody, I need you louder.
I tried, but like that's how loud it can go.
That's as loud as you gonna get. All right, shoot it. What you got for me? Did you watch Raw today? Of course you did.
Yes, I did.
Put over Raw at least once. Put it over at least once.
The only good thing was the Goldberg coming out. That was the only good thing.
So Goldberg's entrance was the only thing that was good about tonight.
Yes. Because it's just repetition. That was the problem.
All right. What you got for me?
No. This is the thing that I have. It's like, this is what I don't get. It's like New Day were like in the tag team picture, and now they're feuding with Titus O'Neil. That does not work.
So what would you do?
No, it's just confusing though. It's like New Day.
No, I mean like what would you do with New Day? Like right now they lost the titles, they lost the rematch. What would be your next step with New Day?
Anything besides feuding with Titus O'Neil.
So feuding with Darren Young?
No.
You said anything. Which what would you do? No, what would you do? I want to hear somebody's booking ideas. What would you do? What would your next step be with New Day?
Break them up.
That's what you would do?
Well, they're like you could like bring them back to the tag team title picture, but like some people are tired of seeing the New Day.
All right, let me clean it up for you. So I don't know if you were saying break them up as like a guess. Don't guess at what I want to see. I'm really interested in what it is that you would do with New Day.
I would break them up because of the fact that
okay.
Like Xavier Woods, like each member of the New Day, without them being as a team, they're already over. Xavier Woods is over because of this up down thing.
Okay, each of them have qualities that can help them. So you're saying that they don't really need each other, right?
Not now, because
Because like, what
But
can they do if they're as a tag team? Still?
see, this is an interesting one because a lot of people have been saying for a while, even before they drop the titles, like, all right, drop the titles and break them up. And I've always wondered why would we break them up? Like, for me, I don't understand because these guys have made money together, and if you're gonna drop the titles, they don't automatically have to break up because then it seems as though they were only together for the titles and they weren't really, together, right? And the thing that made the New Day illusion good is that these were guys that worked together. And with the factions that we have in WWE, a lot of them aren't really working, or aren't working together. Now their shtick, that was old, or that was getting old, and a lot of people was growing apart from that.
No, it's like I've like read some weird things that said that like, oh, they're gonna make New Day heel, and I'm like, aren't they technically already heels because they do heelish things?
Well, that's the first thing that you got to do is not read as much because then it takes away from you formulating your own opinion. Which is why I say I try not to read too much of the dirt sheet shit, or any of that.
But at the same time, it's like I look at it and I'm like, no, that does not sound right.
Like, to make them like these overbearing, brutal, like that's just not their thing. That's not what they do. What you could do, make them a little bit more edgy. But nobody in WWE wants to be, well, I'm not going to say they don't want to be edgy, but they don't want anybody in WWE to be edgy. They want these guys to continue to sell, and they're not going to break, newsflash, they're not breaking New Day up until their sales go down. They're going to keep pushing New Day, they're going to keep pushing their merch, they're going to keep pushing their products, because it's making them money. If they break New Day up, that would be fucking retarded, because they're making money.
Oh, yeah, true. But, like, I have a question. Isn't, like, technically Xavier Woods by himself is making WWE money because like people also buy the up down merch.
That's his own thing though. Yeah, that's his. That's not WWE's. That's his own thing. That's like JR's BBQ now, or JR's barbecue sauce and barbecue sauce products. Now WWE, they sell it, but that goes to JR. That's all JR stuff. It's because it's their own separate entity, their own separate branding that they've done for themselves. So that goes to Xavier.
One more thing I needed to talk about it.
Go for
it. So with the match between Bayley and Nia Jax, like the finish, it was sort of like that sort of made Nia look
stupid. Oh, you was gonna say something else.
And it made Nia look stupid because of the fact that. Like I even sort of saw it like in her like they had a recent NXT. She like went down to NXT and had a match with Asuka where it's like.
I heard about it. I heard it was pretty bad, and I didn't see it.
Oh no. Want me to say it to you what happened? Like there's this one thing that annoyed me about Nia.
Go.
During that match, it was basically when like during a championship match she basically is willing to take a count out victory, and I'm like. That's pretty stupid.
Hold on, who was willing to take a count out victory?
Nia. Nia was like constantly pushing Asuka outside, and I was like, "You're in a championship match. Shouldn't you be actually trying to get her into the ring to get a pinfall?"
I would have to see it. But the vibe I got just from listening to other people talk about it and saying that this is such a horrible match. What I got from it is that Nia doesn't care to be for NXT. I mean, she's up to the main roster. She doesn't give a fuck about that shit. It's a house show. She knows she's not going to win. She's not going to put anything into it. Did she look like she didn't want to be in this match?
For what? Against Bayley or against Asuka?
Against Asuka. Or were we talking about something else?
No, it was like sort of bringing back to my point. It was like the way they had the finish to this match, or like the way they like constructed this match. It was like they made Nia look strong throughout majority of it, and then as soon as Sasha came in, they basically made Nia look stupid. And she's your monster heel of the women's
because that's
roster.
typically what they do with big people. Look at Braun Strowman tonight. Monster, right? Completely destroy Sami Zayn. How did they end off Raw?
Double spear.
Made him look stupid.
Yeah.
This guy looked like a beast. Like a flat out beast. and then you get him in there with Roman and Goldberg. Hey, you fucking idiot! Eat this spear. Get the fuck out of here, you jabroni. That's how I left Raw feeling about Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman put Sami Zayn in the hospital, and they ended off with, "Get the fuck out of the ring, you loser."
That sort of reminds me. Isn't that what they sort of did with the Rusev's monster status?
We're not talking about Rusev tonight. We're not talking about Rusev tonight. Sorry.
Okay.
We can't do that.
Well, that was pretty much what I wanted to talk about. Was how could they make these monster?
That's WWE. I don't think that they believe in monsters anymore. I don't know if it's because people have convinced Vince McMahon that monsters don't work anymore, because Vince used to love big oddity looking people. I mean, you got your Andre the Giant, you got your Hulk Hogan, all those people that like Big John Studd made money for this guy. Vince used to believe in the land. WWE was called the land of the giants. Fucking Mabel won King of the Ring, for crying out loud. And then you
didn't JYD also make money for Vince?
Yeah, JYD wasn't a big guy though. He was, heavy, but he wasn't a big guy, like in height. But no, JYD made money for Vince. JYD made money all over the place, way before Vince. Way before Vince. He was huge too. But yeah, that was before them. And I just think that maybe too many people got into Vince's ear, whereas now I don't think that Vince believes too much in a monster anymore. Like Vince wanted, allegedly, rumor has it that Vince wanted Braun Strowman against The Undertaker, and people shat all over it. And now, they build Braun strong, and then sometimes they make him look like a complete idiot.
And the weird thing is, even The Undertaker, when he debuted, he was sort of a monster.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know that The Undertaker was actually supposed to debut with a Viking gimmick?
I heard about it, but at the same time, I was like...
Vince wanted The Undertaker to be a fucking Viking.
Hey, at least it's not as stupid as some other bookers or promoters, thinking of some stupid gimmicks.
Hey, that's what happens. Jody, I'm going to let you go. God damn, it's a lot of people in here I got to answer. Have a good night, man. Thanks for listening. All right, let me get Glenn over with. It's going to take like an hour. I'm cutting Glenn ass off. I'm burying him. I'm going to bury Vince before he even gets a chance. Oh, he got some thoughts on Raw. Oh, boy. This should be fun. All right. Motherfucker. You got thoughts on Raw. I don't want to hear them. What else you got?
Yo. Alright. So, we're going to talk about the New Day for a second.
I just said I didn't want to... he's just going to bury me right after I bury him.
Well,
go.
Here's what I got to say about that. I did not
New Day,
hear
go.
you because we're on delay.
Okay, no, I said you want to talk about Raw. I do not. So let's talk about something else. But no, I was fucking around. Go ahead.
Oh, you want to talk about something else? All right, we'll talk about SmackDown for a second. I'm good with that.
Well, before we get to SmackDown, let's talk about this New Day thing you wanted to mention. Go.
All right. So New Day, you talked about New Day having what would you do with New Day at this point?
What would I do at New Day at this point?
Something to do with New Day.
So you're asking me what would I do with New Day?
Yeah.
Or are you just throwing it out there?
I had an idea for New Day.
Oh, all right. So you want to? Okay. So go. You go.
Yeah. So my idea with New Day was that you have them. Well, first you have Sheamus and Cesaro drop this, and then Sheamus turn on Cesaro, have them have a match at Mania, because I don't think this is gonna last too long. Next, you have Gallerson win the titles.
Hold on, wait. Start that over. I was looking at something in the chat. I was seeing something about Jeff and AJ and TNA. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Start from the top again.
Fuck what?
I don't know.
Okay.
Let me not look at the chat.
So, all right. So we got Sheamus and Cesaro. They dropped the titles to Gallerson.
All right.
So Sheamus turns on Cesaro. You have a feud go on there. You have their final match at Mania.
Okay. Breaking them up pretty
soon. And then
soon.
Cesaro wins. Move on from there. You have a New Day, Chase, but it seems that Xavier took... So you saw Titus in what he said today, right?
Yeah, weakest link.
Yeah. You have Xavier play that up a little bit. You have him start taking the front man, cutting people off, excuse me, if I may interject or something like that. stuff
To
like
try
that.
to make
Start cutting
himself
people
seem
off
to try to
weekly.
make himself seem bigger than what he is. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. You have him get a bit like caught up because I see Xavier as kind of like Bobby Heenan, but he's actually able to wrestle.
Okay.
So you have him be like kind of like a manipulator. So you go to Mania, and you have Xavier, you have Big E setting up for like the big ending, stuff like that. Maybe the big ending is his finisher, I think.
Do we have a
So-
team that they're going against, or it doesn't matter?
Gallows
Okay. So for the titles.
for the titles at Mania. Yeah.
Okay, got you.
So you have that. You have him go for the big ending, but Xavier tags himself in.
Okay.
So you have Xavier tag himself in, and then Luke Gallows is like, the fuck? So Gallows pretty much destroys him, Magic Killer, 1, 2, 3, done. Xavier cost New Day the titles.
Okay.
The next day, you have a rematch.
So you're on a break 'em up train as well.
Yeah, I'm on the break him up train. Fuck them. New
So
Day
my
gets nailed
question
in
is why? Why would you
Classic.
break them up?
Because I think, one, Kofi deserves his dues.
What?
Kofi deserves, I think, maybe a main event push after running the mid card. He reminds me of Christian.
Yeah, and Christian ass should have been fucking fired and stayed in TNA. Fuck Christian. I never liked that fucking. He's another vanilla midget ass fucking indie ass looking dude. That dude is garbage. You want to talk about somebody?
what I'm
He
saying
called himself
about-
Captain Charisma, but didn't have charisma.
No,
How does that
he
work?
had charisma because he was best friends with Edge. All right, so
What the
what happened is
fuck?
that I say Christian because Christian was a guy who hung around in the mid card forever and finally.
And
found
he
out
should have
what
stayed
that
his ass in the mid card, like a
Oh, he
fucking
should've stayed in the
Ziggler.
mid-card. Yeah.
Like Ziggler. Ziggler ass should stay in the mid card too. Stay the fuck away from Roman Reigns. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's all good. I feel like I just pinched a nerve there.
No, I hated Christian. God damn it, I did.
All right, so
Just like, you really see Kofi in the main event? Like, look at him on a poster next to fucking Brock Lesnar. Matter of fact, we already saw it, and we laughed at it. Yeah, it was called
That's
Beast
true.
in the East. There's your main event right there. There you go.
Well, the
Yeah.
problem is the whole Brock Lesnar argument is that Brock Lesnar is the only guy they have developed in the past 3 years.
Fair.
So if you say put him up against any other guy that they say is main event,
Put him on a poster next to Roman Reigns. Still looks like a joke.
I can see it.
Put him on
I
a
mean-
post. Put him on. You can see that?
He's beaten the Universal Champion 3 times now.
Who?
Kevin Owens.
Who's
Kofi
beat?
Kingston, or the New Day as a whole. He's beaten them 3 times now. Him and Jericho and KOZ.
Are you telling me? Are you telling me? You're telling me. Let's say it's SummerSlam. You could put Kofi Kingston and Roman Reigns on a poster, and that's gonna sell.
We have Mabel and Diesel.
And that, sir, and that shit ain't sell fucking dick.
That's
Are you
true.
telling me you gonna put
Promoted
this
like-
motherfucker
That's true.
that has his
Promoted
dreads and ponytails on a poster? No, you're the problem. Hell yeah, I needed somebody that was the problem. You're the problem. So you're gonna put this fucker on a poster with his fucking ponytails next to Roman Reigns, and that's gonna sell out Survivor Series or SummerSlam or anything. That shit isn't selling out Battleground.
Nah.
How the
he's a-
fuck?
I think
That
he's a
dude
B-show
shouldn't be. He shouldn't
type of guy.
sniff the fucking main event. Again, perception. Perception is reality.
Guy.
Wait, what?
I think he's a B show pay per view type of guy. I think you could put him on a main event of a B show. Like,
Dude,
with the pay
they wouldn't even put CM Punk on the poster. What make you think they're gonna put Kofi on
That's
the poster?
true. That's true. That's true. All right, but what I'm saying is that I feel like Kofi deserves something. Let's get back on track for a second. I got buried. Let me try and pull out my grave.
All right.
So I think
You really believe that though? That Kofi should be in the main event picture?
I did. I thought he deserved his dues. I thought he deserved one run maybe in the mid.
Everybody doesn't get a trophy. Everybody don't get a
That's-
trophy. That's
true.
and you know what?
That's true.
That's why I beat my kids in every fucking game we play. You gonna earn this motherfucking win. Everybody don't get a trophy. You bet not fucking cry. I'll call Layla right now and she'll tell you. I don't let her beat me in shit. You gonna earn this trophy.
Yo,
You ain't
why
just
you
gonna get it.
burying Layla?
And if I fucking send your ass out there for a sport and they give you a participation trophy, I'm throwing that shit out the window. Fuck that shit. You're gonna earn a real trophy. So no,
You know what? I respect
Kofi, he earned his dues and he paid his dues and he earned a mid-card
And he go back
title.
to the mid-card.
He earned a mid-card fucking title. Because again, perception is what's going to sell. I don't want a Kofi on my main event picture and say, hey, Kofi, you paid your dues. You earned to be on that poster, even though we're not going to draw any money with you. It's about business. It's about making money. And Kofi's not going to make that. It's just realistic. He's not going to make that money. I'm not saying he sucks or anything like that. He doesn't. He's great. Fuck it. Make some sort of tag team, triple threat, quadruple threat fucking match and put him in there that way. One-on-one on a main pay-per-view or even a B-show pay-per-view. It's not going to sell with Kofi on it. Hell no. Big E, you could build Big E and put him on it. I could believe that. He's just a bigger fucking guy. But Kofi, I would be okay with him dominating. I would be okay with him dominating. He looks the part. He just like, even if you take away, like, it's a lot of it has to do with size. Big E's also a good wrestler. He's also pretty good with that. And from what we see with him in New Day, he can also talk. He has if you put this guy in the heel role, he has a face that can look intimidating as well. If you have him as a babyface role, he's a guy that could sell, and he's a guy that could play a babyface role. He showed that versatility. Big E has showed a lot of versatility that he could do many things. Whereas with Kofi, going back to Kofi again, we haven't really seen what he could do as a heel. This is why I put so many people in suits, because suits could make you look more important.
Oh, we're bringing the suits back.
Suits can make you look more.
Kofi a mask with dreadlocks.
Bro, put this guy in a mask. His ponytails, bro. Like, put it in one ponytail to the back. Put on a suit, you look more important.
Top, but it's his actual hair.
Put Kofi, put him in a group with Sanity or some shit. I don't fucking know. Kofi's not one-on-one. He's not one-on-one making a billing. Hold up, he hit me with the donation. Let me read this.
Why is it hitting people with the Steve Smith? Poor Glenn.
He said, I hit you with the Steve Smith. Oh, man. Huh?
Come on. Why you gotta bury me like that?
Hey, I'm waiting for people that love those smaller guys. I like to talk. I'm waiting for I'm waiting for one of those people that's like, I fucking hate Roman. I want to talk to one of those guys. I actually did one night. One night I'm out on the job, and there was a guy that he saw that I did the YouTube, and he was talking about Roman and the Reigns and how much he didn't like him. And by the end of that conversation, he completely understood why he should like Roman Reigns. I completely changed his mind.
Dude, not only on YouTube, but in real life, you're smarting in the people.
You gotta smarten people up in the world,
man. Put Wyzatv over, damn it.
You gotta smarten people up, because eventually, if we keep on this road of just not liking anything, we're just not gonna like the product. And if everybody doesn't like the product like me, then we already got nobody watching me. So even less people will watch me if nobody likes it. So, all right, what else you had besides New Day? You said something about SmackDown. Oh, you want to finish up New Day? Go.
Yeah, let me finish the New Day thing.
I did want to mention something about that Xavier Woods thing, by the way. There was one more thing, and you kind of
Xavier Woods?
No. Let's piggyback on that weakest link thing, because there was something that they hinted toward it, and they completely got away from it, and it set up something so beautiful, and they never went back to it. That thing with them and the Wyatts.
Ooh.
Yeah. See, yeah.
That's true.
Story continuity. Don't forget your shit. Yeah, he is the weakest link, and Bray Wyatt exposed that, and they never went back to it. Titus comes back to it today, but they don't have the continuity to think back to that. Even when they had that fight at the Wyatt compound, Xavier was the one, that was taking most of the damage, and he was the weakest link. But him being the weakest link also helped spark them to come back and bring the fight to those guys. So there's a lot that could be done with Xavier Woods. I think that he's somebody that deserves a lot of focus.
Yeah. Well, what you got to remember is that in wrestling, everyone has a fucking short-term memory.
No.
Really?
No. Okay. Fans don't have a short-term memory. We don't have a short-term memory. You have a short-term memory. It's the guys in the back that work. Vince and those guys that have the short-term memory. Those are the assholes that do. Because Vince,
That's true.
what I hear is that, and this came from a wrestler, I don't remember who,
Unless
but he
Goldberg
said,
comes back because 15 years later, fuck your shit, we go.
well, they expect you to forget what happened with Goldberg in those years. But you know,
Exactly.
what the word about Vince is like, here's what Vince says: I don't remember what I did yesterday. What makes you think that people are going to remember what happened last week? So yeah, it's fucking Vince on that one, and he thinks that his perception is everybody's perception, not realizing that WWE, not even WWE, but the wrestling sport in general, was built off of people's memories, because it's people's memories that kept feuds and storylines alive. And those memories are the reason why you could revisit a feud a year or two later and pick up where it left off. But since Vince has it in his mind that people don't have these memories, we have to give you all of that build up that you could build out throughout the years. We have to give it all to you in about 4 months.
Yeah, true.
And that's why you get these repeat matches, which they could stretch out over years. New Day, were you still talking about New Day?
Yeah, New Day. We're going to finish this up. So it's the day after Mania.
Go.
And you have the rematch between them. And once again, Xavier tags himself back in. Same thing with this time with Kofi, setting up for trouble goes in for trouble in paradise, hits him, and then Xavier tags in, goes for the pin. Say, Carl Anderson, Mr. G1 Final, the fuck is that? Go fuck yourself. Kicks out. And then Kofi and Big E look at him, and they just walk out. They just walk out on him. And then you have Xavier like, fine, I don't need you. I'll win these tag titles by myself. And then Buddha Doom, Magic Killer, 1, 2, 3, good night.
Didn't somebody do that when the partner left and then the other guy won the titles? I'll think about it another time. Keep going.
Daniel Bryan, right?
Okay. Well, no.
D. Bryan Kane?
No. Where he said, I don't need you, and a tag team partner will leave, and then the other guy will win the titles. He won the titles on his own. I don't remember. For some reason, I'm thinking. For some reason, I'm thinking more in the 90s. But continue on.
Okay, so you have that, and then you can have like a segment the next week talking about like what the hell are you doing, and then he's like, I don't need you, I'm better than you, Shining Wizard to Kofi, and then before Big E could get him, he rolls out of the ring because he's like, I know that you're.
All right, so Xavier is the heel turn.
Yeah, Xavier's the heel turn because Xavier's the one who formed the New Day.
True, he is.
Story continuity.
Ah, ding. All right, got you.
Exactly. So we have the story continuity with that, and then you have Xavier like, you might be stronger than me, but I'm smarter than you. You have him play up that he's this whole smart aleck, really like the intellectual guy of the group, and that's why they stayed afloat so much because of the mind games. And
that starts the feud.
Numbers games that they play against everyone.
So that starts the feud and
between Kofi and Xavier, and you have Big E maybe make a run in during Kofi and Xavier's match, help out Kofi, and then you could have fuck Kofi, put him in the mid card, put him in a suit, and then
you put Kofi in a suit, man. I believe him as the face of the mid card, man. You put him in the suit, hell, maybe I'll put him on like a fucking Backlash poster or some shit. I don't know.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, cover up the lack of chest that he has.
Yeah. Sir.
Yeah.
So
all right.
Once you bury the chat.
Everybody gets buried.
You bury the Kofi. Alright, I feel you. So we going to SmackDown now?
Make it quick. I got like 17 more of these names that's right here.
Jesus Christ.
If this is a long SmackDown, we're going to have to catch you on the next one.
I'll try and make it quick, but I do got a long-term thing. So, SmackDown. I got
trying to get all his shit in.
One sec. I got one more thing to talk to you about.
Go.
Baron Corbin.
He's the man. What about him?
Baron Corbin is the man. But is Baron Corbin main event ready?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see why not.
You think you could put Baron Corbin on a poster right now as it is today for Elimination Chamber with AJ Styles or John Cena?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I could put Baron Corbin on that poster and look at it and say, yep, that looks about right. Yeah. Can I put Baron Corbin on there? The fucker look like he will fuck you up. Just flat out looks like he'll fuck. So he looks like he'll fuck you up. And then you have AJ Styles, who is proven Now, could I put AJ Styles on that poster 6 years ago on a WWE poster? If I couldn't put Daniel Bryan or CM Punk on that poster, then I would say no. I'm looking at a cup right now. I'll get this cup. No. You won't get this work. Nah, cause I got. Nah.
We doing the cup?
I got the cup.
So
I got the goddamn cup. So here's what I want you to look at with this cup. Right? I'm gonna go from this side here.
Remember, we on delay, so you gotta give me a few seconds.
All right, it's the WrestleMania 20 something cup, 28, whatever, 29.
The bad one. Okay.
The bad one, right? So let's look at this whole thing, right? Let's look at this. You got CM Punk, who carried that belt for 400 and some odd days. Next to him, you have Brock Lesnar. You have Undertaker next to him.
Fuck, I'm dying.
Next to him, you have Triple H. Next to him, you have Ryback, Mark Henry. In the back, I see Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose in the Shield. Let's keep going. You got Ryback on here. You got Jack Swagger. You got a bunch of little guys. But centerfold, let's go back centerfold. You got CM Punk, Undertaker at the bottom of the cup. You come up here, and you have Cena. You have Rocky. I have a cup. Rocky Maivia. I have a cup from SummerSlam when Brock took on CM Punk. Right? CM Punk's not even on, he's not even the main focus of that. CM Punk, when he was champion, wasn't the main focus of those big show pay-per-views. The thing is
that because...
Go ahead.
I think I have a reason for that.
Well, it was because of John Cena.
I don't think WWE was in the right mindset as it was right now.
If it was in the mindset right now, CM Punk would be on all of those posters, which is why now you can CM Punk makes it so that you're able to put the AJ Styles on that poster.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Without that CM Punk,
so much different than back then.
Without that CM Punk and without how he handled business, and I honestly think that without CM Punk walking out, a lot of these smaller guys wouldn't have the chance to be on that poster.
Daniel Bryan wouldn't have main evented WrestleMania 30.
No, absolutely not.
Did not walk out of the company.
Absolutely not. Now, I could believe in the AJ Styles.
Stayed together actually if CM Punk didn't leave.
I believe in the AJ Styles because of what he is, his talent and everything, and he's proven himself not only in WWE, he's done it in TNA, he's done it everywhere he's gone. He has been the guy. And that is credibility
AJ?
that brings it there. AJ, yes. His credibility to main event pictures, his credibility to main events all over the world, that allows him to be on that poster. But at the same time, you got to have him on there with somebody that looks the part. Somebody has to look the part. Baron Corbin looks the part. You look at Baron Corbin, I don't know your height, weight, or your age. I don't know anything about you. But when you look at Baron Corbin, do you see a guy like Baron Corbin might fuck me up? He might take a bike and slam that shit over my fucking face. Do you see that with Baron Corbin?
Yeah, I see that.
Put his ass on a fucking poster. That's why. Do you see that with Kofi? You look at Kofi and say, I will punch this motherfucker dead in his damn chest with his damn ponytails on. True. But no, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. And Baron Corbin, when he's in these matches, and this is why I say he's main event ready, when he's in each of these matches that he's in, he's dominating. Now, he could do some sit-ups or something. I don't know. Some people's bodies are just like that. You can't really do anything about it. CM Punk.
I mean, look at Bo Dallas.
His
body isn't that great.
Yeah, some people's genetics are just like that. But
exactly.
The matches that Baron Corbin was in pretty much shows that he's main event ready, because when he's in there with a mid-carder, he absolutely destroys them. He destroys them. You put him in that main event with AJ and Ziggler, that fucker held up his end of the bargain, and he dominated there too. I believe that he could be a main event.
He wouldn't have been in the spot if AJ wasn't hurt. The reason why Corbin was inserted into that was because AJ, they didn't want to put a lot of pressure on AJ.
Sir, when you watched that match, did you feel like AJ was working halfway?
Oh, hell no.
AJ bought it.
Corbin made that match better, 100%.
AJ bought it. No, I would say that they helped. The point of that match was to help Corbin transition into a main event. It made him look like a legitimate main event, because people still had their doubts. And the storyline was, is he main event ready? This match was to show you that he's main event ready. And he belongs. It's clear as day he belongs. I thought that he belonged ever since he was feuding with Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe made him look like a fucking $1,000,000. Baron Corbin before Samoa Joe, nah. After him working with Samoa Joe as long as he did, absolutely fucking ready. Absolutely.
Wait, was Joe face?
This was back when Samoa Joe was a face, yeah. Oh, this was on NXT when Samoa Joe was a face. He choked his ass out.
I mean, he does that to a lot of people. So,
well, this was NXT. He choked him out. This was they had a few matches. It was on. You could check out Takeover. I believe it was on 2 different takeovers. Yeah, you can check it out.
Okay.
They was both good matches. One of them was like really fucking good. Definitely go check them out. Now I'm gonna get you up out of here because I got a bunch of other names I got to get back in here.
all
All right, man. Thanks for calling in. Let me get this guy's been here for a while. That Lee fella. Let me get you in here, Lee. Hopefully you're still there. I'm gonna give it about 5 rings before I gotta move on. That'll be 1. Actually, I'll count that as 1. Okay, that'll be 2. That'll be 3. It's been a long time since he's been here. Oh, what? That? Oh, well, all right. Didn't get him. Let me get... All right, we already got Slick in. All right, Zach and Stacks. Let's get him in there. His ass was getting chicken last time we tried calling him. Talk to me. It's ringing too much. The show must go on. All right, we're gonna get him up out of here. Oh, what? What did we? My finger was right on this leave call button. Zach and Stacks, you better that thing better light green. 3, 2, 1. All right, show business. They don't say 1. Let me get King Kasur. All right, let's. I don't. I mean, he's got a picture of Sabata here. I gotta call him. He hate me and let me see what they wanted to actually say. Yep. I think you're muted or some shit. Cause I see your name lighting up, but I think you're muted. All right, issues with that call because I don't hear him at all. I see his thing moving, but it's not, and I think he's out of there. All right. Let me see. All right, so let me get my final thoughts on Raw, and I'm gonna get up out of here because this is actually 103. Why does it should have a Discord? I do have a Discord. That's how everybody's calling. Link, somebody could put it in the chat. Let me finish up with my thoughts on Raw. Obviously, got to have different matches. Strowman again looks great as a monster heel. Strowman's problem is that, and I don't know if they're doing this on purpose or is this is him being green, is he like lumbers around like a bit of I want to say a bit of a lumbering giant where, like, let's say Sammy throws a chair at him and he takes a chair and he holds it up like, all right, hit me here, and then he fucking hits him and he's like, oh, you know, that whole thing. Just, you know, he doesn't, I don't think he bumps well. Or maybe it's because he's not supposed to sell. But what I do know is that that type of selling doesn't work in this era of wrestling. So they probably just got to do some quick fixes with that. Sheamus and Cesaro thing, they need to make up their mind. Does Sheamus like this guy or does he not like this guy? They need to fix that up. Because some days he do, some days he don't. Then he comes in, he costs this guy the match. Even though he was coming down there to help out his partner because he had to even the odds. The dynamic there is off, and I don't think that we're going to get a split with them before WrestleMania. I hope we don't. Honestly, I think that they got some wheels with those two because those are good guys. Let me see what this says. It says nothing. Thank you, Joshua Pena, for your $2 donation. Also, thank you, He Ate Me, for your 420. I get high. Why am I fucking itching? I gotta start shaving. This beard's starting to itch. Let's see. Nia Jax and Bayley. I don't want to see them on my fucking TV again. No. Give me Emma. Bring on some other bitches. Like, enough is enough seeing the same chicks every fucking week. Just monotony. With WWE, and I forgot. This is a video I needed to do. Power rankings. I just reminded myself I have to do a video talking about power rankings because WWE severely needs it. And I don't want to talk about that for about 10 minutes here. It's just, make a video, get about 1,000 views on it, call it a day. I think that something like that would definitely help. What else did we get? I mean, not much else when you got the same 4 guys wrestling every week. You got a New Day with Xavier Woods and Titus. I don't know where the fuck that's going because I really didn't watch it. That's when I left. Rusev, they paired him up with Jinder Mahal, and oh my god, please, never, ever do that again. Let me look at Discord before we peace out. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. Direct messages, a bunch of these here. All right, because I saw somebody in the chat say something about before it was better before. Oh, something about better before the split. I just re-listened to the New Day thing and it was weird trying to explain it. Okay, Paige needs to get healthy again. Yeah, they're just gonna job her out. Looking forward to watching SmackDown tomorrow. I am not going to review it, but I will see you guys for Wrestle Kingdom 11. I'll put up a video, let you know the details on how we're going to be doing that live viewing. It's going to be over on Twitch, not on YouTube, because on YouTube, it just won't look right. It just won't look right. It'd just be me fucking looking at a screen with a chat. Pretty much like now, but then it'd be people like looking like, what the fuck is he watching? What is he reacting to? What is he talking about? What's the point? I mean, at least on Twitch, I could maybe try to put like a tiny, small screen of Wrestle Kingdom. Probably not, because I don't want to get banned. But we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Thanks for the support. I think I can get on up out of here.